Hello and welcome to a game between IdrA and Squirtle. IdrA is not a Pokemon and will be playing as the red Zerg player at the upper right hand corner, whereas Squirtle is going to be playing as the blue Protoss player at the lower left hand corner. Squirtle did scout directly after the pylon, so he is going to be inside IdrA's base. He did move out momentarily, and IdrA is going to start things off with a 15 into spawning pool where as his opponent has already started the gateway. This is going to be a best of 5 series. That means whoever gets 3 games first will move on. It is the semifinals in the ESL World Championship, and it is going to be a lot of exciting games between these two players as they have proven to be very good at what they do. The APM at this moment is not very high for IdrA. Maybe he is asleep, but maybe he is not, and IdrA is going to be chasing that probe out of his base, and immediately he does put down 1, 2, 3 drones into that extractor, and as soon as the gateway is finished, the cybernetics core will be warped in. A pylon is being positioned on the side here, and there is a small choke point over here. There is 1 drone, 1 overlord going to the west side and 1 going to the center. I suppose the first 2 Zerglings will be out as that 1 drone was not enough to hassle the probe. The probe is still moving about inside the base. It's extremely important for Squirtle to get scouting information, and as we can see from his vision, he does have a good idea of what's going on inside IdrA's base at this moment. The first 2 Zerglings will be coming out as well as the hatchery, and the Zergling will probably be looking for that probe, and will he be able to find it inside the base of Squirtle at this moment? IdrA is going to be floating around with his drone, and that probe is still alive and will be going to an expansion for IdrA at this moment. Metabolic boost is going to be researched along with the first sentry, and I believe the drone is still inside, and yes he is. He cannot leave anymore. The Zealot is inside, and one of these Zerglings will be able to find Squirtle at the not the natural expansion, at one of the expansions for IdrA, and IdrA is still inside the base. He does know his opponent is going to be on 2 gases. This is his vision, and the sentry is going to come over here and kill him off, and ooh, we might see some sort of building going up for Squirtle, and will IdrA make it back in time? Going up and left possibly. Metabolic boost about 60% complete. IdrA needs to go left. Can he go left? And he is going to go left and find the 2 gateways that are going up at this moment. Hatchery is about to be complete at the natural expansion for IdrA at this moment. 1 queen is going to be transferred. Army size is at 29 versus 31, very close. Unit composition shows only 4 Zerglings and 2 sentries and also 1 Zealot, and that is sufficient amount of units to prevent IdrA from going inside to his base to do some harassment, and we should see IdrA's income shoot up now as his income was actually slightly behind as he does have fewer number of drones compared to his opponent who has slightly more probes, and I think Squirtle might be thinking about moving out here as he is going to have 2 additional gateways online at this moment, and his cyber core is going to finish the warp gate technology. He should be able to warp in 3 units as he pleases, and the Zerglings are trying to delay the Nexus as much as possible, but they have to return home as he does not want to lose any units at this stage in the game. Income tab is going to show IdrA is in advantage now because he does have the second hatchery up slightly before his opponent, and the Nexus is going to start up at this point. And if we take a look at what's happening at this moment, not too much yet. Ooh, the first Stargate will be coming online very shortly as it is being built. We will see some Void Rays or perhaps Phoenixes, maybe even a Mothership. There is a 3rd queen over here if you guys notice. 2 queens at the natural expansion, 1 queen at the base. And the importance of the 3rd queen is it will allow you to spread the creep a lot faster. It will allow you to inject and also spread the creep at the same time. Zerglings checking out the unit composition for his opponent will be able to find that it is a lot of sentries. Sentries are extremely good for their force field, especially if you get them early to get their energy up and running. And I think IdrA knows exactly what he's dealing with. He is placing down a Roach Warren inside his base and also opening up the 2nd extractor, whereas his opponent is still going to be on 2 gas as well. IdrA is still running back and forth, and the first Void Ray is being chrono boosted at this moment. That's a lot of chrono boost being saved on the Nexus. I guess he was waiting for this moment. He wants to get out a pretty nice air army to try to harass IdrA, as IdrA is going to be spreading the creep. The creep is being spread, and Roach speed is also going to be researched along with Roach burrow, not roach burrow, just burrow in general, I suppose. And Squirtle with his large army of sentries at this moment, and Forzella's not really moving out because he needs to stay in a defensive position. And the first Void Ray is out, and IdrA will get a glimpse of this. I believe he does have vision of it with the Xel'Naga Watchtower, and the Void Ray is going to come in here and start killing off some Overlords. Overlords going down, the Phoenix is also going to be coming out momentarily as the Forge is about to be finished as well. Void Ray does have 1 kill now, and the Queen is going to try to move over here to do some sort of harassment, and the Void Ray is going to check around for expansions. Will not find him at the gold expansion just yet, and we do see Hydralisk then going down, as well as the Overlord moving speed. And some units working here on the rocks, and also going to be another Phoenix. This Phoenix is more of a scout. Hydralisk then about 80% complete, and this Phoenix is getting shot at, and he will be able to make it away pretty nicely. This Void Ray should probably take down the Zerglings at the Watchtower, or maybe not. First +1 weapon is being researched for Squirtle at this moment, and of course IdrA is going to get his roach speed done momentarily, and he is going to be upgrading the armor as well as missile attacks for his ground units. And there is going to be a robotics facility, very White-Raw-esque, and he does pick up 1 unit and snipe it off over there. 2 Queens was not able to save his buddy, and 6 Hydralisks will be coming out very shortly, as those will provide anti-air coverage against these 3 units, I believe. Yep, only 3 units out on the field. That is air, 2 Phoenixes, and 1 Void Ray harassing IdrA. And his opponent, Squirtle, is going to move out here. Maybe he is thinking about going for a charge. He does have quite a sizable army, but if we take a look at the unit counting station, as the robotics bay is coming online at this moment, as well as the Void Ray going for some harassment, it is going to be 107 versus 94 advantage for IdrA, as IdrA does have a slightly better economy, almost about the same at this moment, as his opponent Squirtle does pump a lot of probes, and there will be inside the base of Squirtle. IdrA's Overlord with that speed will get sacrificed, but he does spot the robotics facility. If we take a look at his vision, he is going to see everything. Did he spot this as well? Yes, he did spot the robotics base, so he does know it's going, and he is also going to be throwing down a spire inside of his own base as well. An additional hatchery going up at this position, and this is going to be a really serious game, as IdrA only has 2 drones on this extractor. But as I was saying, it's a serious game because both these players are not willing to take the first risk, not willing to be the first one to throw the first punch, because that is very likely to be a mistake of sorts. And of course the destructible rocks are going down, as Squirtle is going to be expanding army size now, is a 119 versus 108, as IdrA is going to be grabbing his 3rd base. I almost lost count there, I can't even count up to 3, and Squirtle is going to move forward perhaps with an attack. He will have a Colossus relatively soon. The first Colossus is not yet out, and IdrA is ready to fight him, and Squirtle is going to fall back. Squirtle is also going to be harassing on the side here. This Void Ray does have 3 kills, and he also has 2 Phoenixes here harassing on the side as well. He does get 1 kill off one of those drones, and the entire army of IdrA is going to move back to support it. And the Void Ray does escape with only about 20 or so HP. And these Phoenixes, 1 kill on 1 Phoenix, and the other Phoenix has 2 kills. And he is going to maybe die. No, he is going to make it out of there. And some probe is going to be making some buildings over here to get his 3rd base up and running. Army size now is going to be a 147 versus 130. And with that first Colossus and the second one on the way, he is going to be chrono boosting his 3rd Colossus. 2 Colossus out on the field now, and he is going to push forward. IdrA also has an Overlord here, will be scouting his opponent's base possibly, and I believe he did take down that Void Ray over there. And IdrA is thinking about attacking or possibly defending, as he is going to be getting more upgrades. The first +1 upgrade is being researched, and these 2 Phoenixes are still out on the field, and there is no more Void Ray. The bunch of Hydralisks did take him down, and here we see 2 Colossus. Colossus very dangerous against this if he were to get a good number of force fields, but there is a good number of Corruptors. 6 Corruptors taking down these 2 Colossus. He is not microing back the Colossus. He loses 1 Colossus almost immediately, and these units are forcing the Hydralisk as well as the Roaches to be in the back, bumbling around like little idiots, but he did lose those 2 Colossus, and now Squirtle needs to fall back. Army size 129 versus 159, advantage for IdrA as he is going to be able to snipe those 2 Colossus, and there is still a total of 5 of these Corruptors left. Only 1 Corruptor went down, and he needs to get some good force fields to prevent this surround. He really needs another Colossus, but this Colossus is going down extremely fast. Only after about 3 or 4 volleys from the Corruptors, it has gone down, and the upgrades for IdrA is going to be 1-0 against the same upgrades of Squirtle, and Squirtle is forced to fall back. This reinforcing pylon is going to go down as well. Army size at 159 versus 116 as Squirtle is struggling. He is going to maybe not catch them all after all, and those Hydralisks are moving forward, and there is going to be a Colossus spawning. Colossus is getting focus fired by the Corruptors. Corruptors not going down fast enough. The Colossus goes down, and there is a lot of Zerglings just running around in the back, and I think this is going to be GG. Squirtle was not able to defend here, and there will be game number 2 coming up. And if you like what you see, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next game. Lots of warp gates.
Thank you.